I need to ask you a question. Be curious, Drifters.
Allegron's won the Brisbane Cup, but it's all Antino. Blake Shin, take a bow. Barraquil, Benny Allen hasn't moved.
Broadside him, bobbed, won the Golden Rose.
Pride of Jenny, trying to find the reserves at the 100. She's 3 in front of Mr. Brightside. It's all too late. Pride of Jenny has run them into the night. Switch on the big winner by 2.5 Bellatrix Star.
He's down, Jolly Star. She is a star in the making. Jolly Star bolts in.
It's all Isthmus. She's very smart and fast.
Mate, we might have actually witnessed a bit of history yesterday. I think there might be a bit of changing of the guard at the top of our ranks in terms of best horses in the country. What do you reckon?
Yeah, mate. You're not wrong. Yeah, Disneck is a good horse, isn't he? I was trying to find a winner yesterday that was just a bit annoying, and I think he was probably the one.
Well, considering the kitty, the pot had we were invested in Disneck not too long ago. The fact that he won the last in such fashion was annoying. It was because I feel like our judgment was right.
Yeah, it was. It was just a couple of weeks off. Hey, look, when you didn't put him in the quaddie, I knew you were angry with him, and I was like, no, just let him go in there. Like, he still has a seat at the table, Disneck.
To be fair, Bjorn in the last is like Pike in the last in the West. Like Bjorn in the last in Sydney is an absolute must.
Yeah, it is. But no, in all seriousness, what a day of racing yesterday. It was so much to sift through. But yes, let's start off with the performance of the day, and there was a few yesterday. Sir Delius, mate, how good was he?
Yeah, I had a feeling he'd do that, and like you and I were ferociously texting after the race, and Bruce, because I was watching it in silence, in solitude, and Prue must have got me at the wrong moment.
Texting straight after.
Prue got me at the wrong moment. She walked in, and I was. It was like when the whips were literally cracking at the 400. Yeah, and Antino got a bit out, and then Sir Delius just got on his back, and I was riding him harder than Craig was. Yeah,
do you have two hands?
All the way out, all the way out.
I reckon really getting into a rhythm on him. Just
yeah, putting his head down. Like good techers. But I actually didn't need to do that because, mate, he's landed up winning that by nearly 2 lengths. 1.75 is the official margin.
Wowee.
He's a freak, mate. Like, because it took him... I was looking early days. That's the first time Craig's taken a sit on him. He's took a sit midfield, then somehow got him in the 1-1, which I thought with any luck he'd get there, but I think he did plenty of work in his last 2 runs, and he's run away like only really, really good horses do. And we've seen it previously with Animo as like a really good example. Gets to the post and then basically switches off. Yeah. With him yesterday, he got maybe 50 metres past the post, and then they caught up to him, and all of the chasing pack were past him. So I think he knows exactly what he's doing when he goes out there, and I think he just knows that he's better than them. So Delius, yeah. I think he's the best horse in this country, hands down.
Yeah, he's good. I was watching that yesterday, and in the aftermath, I was like, "Fucking hell, what do we got here?" And then I was thinking about it a bit. I was like, "Is Bro wasted in the Melbourne Cup? Like, is he just too brilliant?" If he's ever going to run in one, it has to be this prep, right? I'm just a little bit... There's a little bit of trepidation that I have now where these horses who go run an absolute... get busted up in a Melbourne Cup, they just can sometimes be a bit flat the next prep. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens sometimes. So I'm just thinking, fuck, is he a horse that you just want to see just pound him over 2,000 metres? Because he showed a... I don't know if you have the analysis of the race there from a times perspective, but he showed a turn of foot that is reserved for a middle distance horse, not for a stayer.
Yeah,
I think.
I 100% agree with that. Like, to the eye, but I guess, like, you can say the exact same thing about Without a Fight, right? Like, his turn of foot looked too elite for staying races. Then he went on to do the first Cup stubble in about two decades.
True. And you called it when he won in Brisbane that he gives you Without a Fight vibes. And you've proven to be correct thus far. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the horse as well. Like, I didn't have a cent on him yesterday, but I definitely gave him a winning chance. You were way more bullish than I was. And in hindsight now, the $7 or $8 that he drifted out to, what were they thinking?
I honestly couldn't believe, because he had the better lead up, alternative four line. He's now 4 runs in Australia. He's 3 wins with a second, and the second he couldn't run down a leaderish Linda Man. Like, I think he's
who ran absolutely super on the day.
Exactly, and so he's only going to improve, mate. And I think the more racing you get into him, he could have a really robust prep of 5 or 6 runs, because he's an entire who's just getting, like, he's just going to thrive under that racing, and he's acclimatized clearly, and I don't know what his ceiling is. So looking at the racing.com sectional figures, the race didn't rate great, so 6.5 lengths below standard. But I guess with that's the times are one thing, but I guess what you see to the eye is another. And like, I think, considering all the work that he did early in the run rather, like, he had no right to finish off like he did. And Antino, to be fair, was as soon as Sir Delius got a position, he was 3 wide, no cover. So I think Antino's gone massive as well.
He's run super, Antino. Yeah. Top weighted, remember, this is set weights and penalties race. So Sir Delius had 2 kilos off Antino. If they were equal weights, Sir Delius still would have won comfortably. You know, he was getting away from him. But Antino did a lot of work in the run. And when you talk about the fact that it was 6.5 lengths below standard, I think it's because they went so fucking slowly up front again. I don't know how it keeps happening in these Group 1s where they're running at such a farcical pace. So Blake's on Antino and thinking, well, I can't possibly win from back here. I've got to do something. So full credit to Blakey Bill for actually having a crack. And he's run super, all things considered. He's got to be single figures in a Cox Plate Antino. I think that the Moonee Valley setup for him is perfect. So Delius will be, hard to beat in the Cox Plate. And then we were both, in the lead up to the race, we were probably both keen to take on the Maccabi Diva Stakes form. You were proven correct winning, and then half yours running into 4th in a clear Caulfield Cup, trial race was the form I was keen to be with. Impossible to win from where he was. Let me have a bit of a fucking bitch for a second, right? Let me just loosen the shoulders up, because I was not a happy chappy yesterday with Jamie Mellum, formerly known as Jamie Carr. I was like, I feel like she's just in a bit of a slump at the moment. How's this? So Vic Metro, this season, she's had 73 starts for 8 winners. So a bit over 10%, but the pot is negative 51.4% when you're backing Jamie Carr, Vic Metro, and her country strike rate's not that much better. So she's in a bit of a form slump, Jamie Carr. And how you get that horse from gate 4 to tracking 3rd last in the run when it's so farcically run, and it jumped on even terms with them. You've got 55 kilos on your horse, set weights and penalties. Use a bit of juice. To hold a more prominent position. I thought it was a terrible ride. And that's not even talking about a ride on Gilded Water. She's come out after the fact and said, he just went too strong for me. Like, I just couldn't reel him in. I was like, fuck, really? That's that strong? He was that strong against the bridle? How many horses have you ridden, Jamie? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He ran super, all things considered, but that could have busted him up for the rest of the prep.
Well, mate, there's no point. He's a 86 raider. Like, he'll be running now in like the White Marlin Solcombe race on Cup Day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Mate, I could not believe my eyes. So she's toxic at the moment, Jamie, and she's a great rider, and I think she's one of the best in the country when she's at her best. But she's not in a great run of form, but she can turn it around absolutely. But I was not happy with her yesterday, so thank you for letting me have a little bit of a bitch.
Mate, confidence game. Like, it's all about confidence, baby. You know what I mean? Like,
it is.
And unfortunately, she's devoid of it, but she can turn it around very quickly. I will say that. And, you know, man who's full of confidence at the moment, and he's pulled out 3 pearlers in his last, arguably 3 Group 1 rides, is Craig. Like, Craig is
great
the
form.
punter's pal at the moment. God owns Seeples, obviously Sir Delius the last 2. And unbelievably, mate, he might even lose the ride because Timmy Clark will probably be coming down for the Caulfield Cup, the Cox Plate. So they'll be fascinating.
I don't know if he can do that now. I don't know if he can do that now. Full credit to TC. I reckon he's probably the most underrated jockey in Australia. Like, he's a phenomenal jockey, and he's the stable's first choice. But the way Craig's getting along with his horse, I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can take him off. Yeah, don't mess with the juju. We learnt that last weekend. Don't mess with the juju. Just keep everything exactly the fucking same. Don't change a thing. And evidently,
I know. And winners win. But I think, I agree with you. I think Craig's earned the right to retain the ride for a Cox Plate. And I hope, and I know that he's guaranteed to go to a cup, this horse, if all things are well and good. But I agree with you. I think he is a bit too brilliant. So I think he's into a short quote now for the Melbourne Cup, and he's shortened in the Cox Plate as well. Honestly, wherever he goes, I'll be backing him. He's my favourite horse right now. Like, he is just...
Yeah, so he should be.
what did I get him at? 12s in the Underwood. Got him at 7s on the day yesterday. Have him for a worthless ticket at 15s in the Caulfield Cup. But stranger things have happened. Maybe they just go like, you know what? Let's just pivot to a Cox Plate and potentially a Caulfield Cup. But I feel like those chances are fading. We haven't even talked about Via Sistina.
No.
I'm having a look at the late sectionals data here, right? So it looked like Via peaked on her run from the 4 to the 2. So she ran a race fastest there, and it was the 20th fastest split for the meeting. But then she definitely gave out. So Half Yours actually ran the fastest 200 to the finish for the race, and it was the 23rd fastest for the meeting. So considering the distance, and I think he's run out of his skin, and is rightfully the best of the local chances in a Caulfield Cup.
52.5 kilos. I honestly, barring bad luck, I don't see how they beat him. I don't see how they beat him.
The only other I think there's an international which is they rate higher than West Wind Blows that's coming over. Forget his name, but I'll be doing the form on him in coming weeks anyway. She's run home slower than Sir Delius for the last furlong, so she's banged up pretty poorly, I feel.
Yeah, coming from a slowly run Maccabi Diva, it's just not the right lead up, and honestly can put a horse backwards in their prep, which is why it's so frustrating to see it. And we saw it again yesterday in the Turnbull, but the way Sir Delius has run, he's going to take that and he's just going to improve. Whereas Via Sistina, if she finds a fast run race after running in 2 slow ones, there's two methods of thinking. It's going to bring out the best in her and she'll run a bottler, or 2, she just hasn't had the hard work put into her legs to run up to her standard. I don't know. She's going to go around at a short price every time she runs, and I'm inclined to take her on, which I have done a lot, since her Cox Plate run. Who else was in there? Aliana. Same sort of thing. Comes out of a slowly run Maccabi Diva Stakes, and just found it too hard. She was swept off her feet. I was watching the Foxcatcher boys this week, and one of their viewers asked a question, which was a good one. If Via Sistina beats Aliana home in a Turnbull, carrying more weight than her, how could the Wallace stable justify to connections that Aliana should go to a Cox Plate?
That's a great point. And I said as much in the preview. If she runs into a flashing 5th or 6th, now I don't even think it was flashing. I think she was looking a bit more dour. And maybe it was the setup. Maybe it was coming off like a poorly run Mackay, as we kind of mentioned. But the Caulfield Cup is up for grabs for mine. She's good enough to be in the finish. She's just as good, if not better, than Half Yours. Now she'll probably be probably 54 kilos in a Caulfield Cup. Whereas Half Yours is 52 and a half. So what they have yesterday. So
he had 55, and I think Aliana did as well.
He had 56, and Aliana had 55.
Oh, right.
So yeah, there's obviously a slight. There'll be a disadvantage there. In terms of a weight swing. But we've seen this horse do her best work out to 2,400 metres. Strike while the iron's hot. How many times do we see Francesco Guardi, great example. They don't go to a Melbourne Cup with him after he is the best winner of a Moonee Valley Gold Cup I've ever seen. And then he does nothing for the next 2 years. Now, he might have nicked a tendon or whatever, but she could do the exact same thing in the off-season. Just
Classic
strike
Waller.
while the iron's hot.
Classic
Strike
Waller. It would be classic Waller whatever happens. Whether she goes to a Caulfield Cup or she doesn't, we'll say classic Waller. Because the plan's been the Cox Plate the whole time and then he changes his mind. Or he doesn't take it to the Caulfield Cup and we're left scratching our heads. Look, I've got a ticket for her at 26s in the Caulfield Cup. So if she goes there, I'm a happy chappy. I've also got tickets for Half Yours at 6s. So, your boy's done with the Caulfield Cup. Fuck the internationals. I'm done.
I'm at this point. I'm hoping for the 0.5% miracle of Sir Delius going there, but I was screenshotting all my tickets because I have a few juicy all ups as well. Sir Delius into other horses in different races. But anyway, Sir Delius. There was a question actually. Maybe we could do it now. Let's have a look here. Let me make sure that I get the right person. Josh Bunny, top 5 horses in Australia right now, without notice.
Oh, God.
I reckon... you go.
In any particular order?
I reckon, ideally, you go from worst to best.
All right, well... Jeez. I think Treasure of the Moment is still in the top 5. Absolutely. Where she slots in there, I'm not sure, but she's in the top 5. Then probably Autumn Glow. We'll talk about her, but she's a star. And then the top 3 is tricky. You've still got to have Via Sistina in there. Until proven otherwise in a Cox Plate. Sir Delius is in the top 3 now after that romp. Fuck. So good. And then who's our best sprinter?
Jimmy.
Jolly Star? Jimmy? You reckon?
Let's put it this way, right? If they were to run an Everest in 2 weeks, which they are, I think he's the first local home.
So I think by that definition, then he's in the top 5 then.
Yeah, and then the other ones that you'd be considering, I guess, are Aliana,
Antino's probably in the top 10.
Antino, and then a horse like a Tempted or a Temptress or whoever the best 3-year-old's going to be. But they're nowhere near that
track
yet.
record. What the hell? It's a weird time in racing at the moment, And you're right, a bit of a changing of the guard, which I think is a good thing because there's definitely more fish in the pond than what we've had recently. Now, we didn't even talk about Mr. Brightside.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's not in the top 5 for mine, but which is disrespectful.
I think he'd be on the knife's edge of top 10 for me now. For me, it would be Autumn Glow because, let's be honest, like, who'd she beat in that Epsom? So I feel like she still needs to, like, go through. She's gone through her grades beautifully. Don't get me wrong. She still needs to step up, and I think she has the ability to do it. Hence why she's in my top 5. I'd have her at 5th, Jimmy Starr at 4th, because I think he's our best sprinter. I'd have Treasure in the Moment at 3rd, Via at 2nd, because she's got the CV. She's got the runs on the board in the last 12 months, but she's slipping, and Sir Delius is at the top, because he just fucking did what he did.
Yeah, fair.
That's my top 5 though. That's me.
Yeah, no, so fair. So fair.
All right, let's get on to other stuff. So let's quickly zip through the Flemington meeting. So let's actually start with the first. She's an artist. Where's she at? What's happening with her?
She's just had one really good run. Her second win was breathtaking, and she just hasn't quite matched that. But again, I think they've gone quickly, and De Bergerac for Graham Begg has swooped. And it had some pretty good form leading into this. So, look, I think she's a good horse. She's an artist. Maybe they need to ride her quiet her next start and see how that goes. She was no cover the whole time and sort of punching out there. So, but she's a $2.60 favourite. You sort of want them to win. But I thought she ran okay.
Yeah, she ran okay, but market expectations, she was probably disappointing.
$14 pop to win the first, by the way.
Yeah, that's tough.
Just to set the tone for the day. I thought it was going to be a day for roughies at Flemington. I jagged a couple of them, but not all of them.
Euro Canto won the Maribyrnong trial. Mate, this was a hell of a win. Like, held up basically until the 200. Maybe that's a bit generous, but maybe 300 from home. Mark's like, fuck this. I don't care if I'm going to fuck this thing's career. I'm just going to get it to the outside and see what's under the hood. And there was plenty.
Yeah, I like the Per and Cantos. Good win. 2-year-olds on debut. I didn't have a bet, but I just backed Knightsbridge because it was the Gay Waterhouse thing. So not backed, but put on the profile. So good win. Mark.
Yeah. I was keen. I was like, fuck it. Lindsay Parker's so good with these 2-year-olds.
So good, mate.
Like, you can just trust him, especially in Victoria, where I feel like they just had the class edge all the time. It's like, Shining Smile's a great example, right? He was just a winning machine as a 2-year-old. Who was the 2-year-old filly that... Bold Bastille. Probably the best placed horse in Australia that year, where they just go to the English races, pick up a shitload of prize money, and then they sold her.
Yep. Well done.
Like,
perfectly managed horse, Bold Bastille.
They just know exactly what to do with these 2-year-olds. So,
yeah,
I think this thing's pretty smart, though. The way he won was very, very impressive. But, mate, the superimpose options, that was a hell of a win. That was very good.
Took a while to wind up because they were, again, walking out in front. So for him to pick up like that and get over the top of them, geez, he'd have to be the favourite in the Derby now, wouldn't he?
Settle down. But yeah, probably. But
he probably is, though. Like, that's how the futures markets work.
Yeah, you're probably right. He's beaten my guy Arcora down to 11th by 2.88 lengths. So it was a bit of a blanket finish. Don't hop off Arcora yet. I think what's happening here is almost like Scary last year. I think you're going to get an enormous price for this horse come Derby Day. And he's going to run a race for you because, unfortunately for Big Arcora, her momentum got stopped, and as soon as that happened, you were absolutely toxic because he's a big actioned horse who just needs to get in his own room. And as soon as that happened, he actually picked up pretty well, all things considered. So I think he's going to be a bigger price when he probably goes to Caulfield next start, 2,000 metre race on Caulfield Cup Day. Then he'll go to the 2,500 metres of the Derby. And I think he's going to be 40, 50, 60, 80 to 1. And he'll be my selection in the quaddie. And I'm going to look like a genius when he wins. And I'm going
Mate, he's 26. He's 26s right now. Arkora.
Yeah.
But yeah, he could definitely drift on the day. Options is $9. Fourth line of betting behind Engine of War, Attica, Muir. So, yeah. But it was a good win. Happy with that. $6.
Fantastic win. Another one into fourth there, actually, or fifth. Arabian Prince was quite good. A bit of market support for that horse out of Gayarth. So I think, impressive. The next was the Edward Manifold 1,600 metre Group 2 for the 3-year-old fillies at set weights. This get a good feeling. So Danny O'Brien had it earmarked for the midweeks and went, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go to the big show. Let's go to the big house. And ultra impressive. I know that you were on Mating Call, who may be a prep away for Mating Call, potentially. Potentially the Adelaide form's not that good. But
hey, $3.20 to place.
I know, but it was all honours the winner here, mate. She was held up as well. Only probably the last one off the bit. Held up, eventually got out and absolutely steamed to the line. So
yeah,
really
so you
impressive
think,
win.
Philly? Great win. She, is now probably prominent in Oaks markets, but yep. I think she's the one you take out of it. I thought Mating Call was good, and agreed. Well, probably one that'll maybe win an SA Oaks next year.
Yeah, I reckon Yum might have had some food poisoning or something. She was off her tucker.
Yucky.
Yeah,
Yum.
Yeah. She wasn't nummy. She was yucky.
Yeah,
yucky Yum. This, what annoyed me about this next race, the Rose of Kingston Group 2 for the mares. On the preview podcast, we talked about 3 horses. They finished first, second, and third with a trifecta paying $125.
Oh.
And they've on display beat Pondalawi into fourth by a length, so it could have been an easy watch for those 3.
It could have been.
Miraval Rose, mate. She's mare in form. 5-year-old mare in form.
We spoke about it on the podcast, the race setup. I think this is the first time that I've seen a 1,400 metre race at Flemington for what it is, and it's actually played out how I thought it was going to play out for once in my fucking life. So no, that was a good win. I thought On Display was good. I thought Tullery's was good. Yeah, we nailed it. We should have had a fucking trifecta on. We're idiots.
Yeah, that's all right. But Tullery's, I'd be a bit suspect moving forward.
Suspect.
I think that was her 4th or 5th run of the prep. So how much is left in the tank? You know what I mean?
None much.
Trust the stable, but I think there's still a bit left in the tank. I think for On Display, she was 3rd up there. Was probably hoping to see her let down a little bit better, but maybe one for me to investigate a bit further. But Miraval Rose, perfectly ridden there by Geordie Childs, who can ride a leader quite well.
Yep.
Probably the most interesting race, one of the most interesting races for the day was the Danehill. 1,100 metres, Group 2, set weights and penalties. McGaw, 57 kilos. First in the running at the 400 metres with My Gladiola. Basically a match race of those 2 versus the rest of them to the inside. Beat Tentris by a length and a half. McGaw, $15. My Gladiola had market support into $4 as well.
Yeah, she done
We'll
favourite.
We'll talk about Rosberg eventually, but what were your initial thoughts after the race?
I thought Tentris was good, and first up, I reckon that was a pass mark. I was a little bit disappointed by him. But the fact that he sort of drifted a fair bit as well probably gave me an indication that maybe the stable said, he's a bit away. And I think I saw a comment from the Freemans last week or this week leading into it that they probably needed to put more work into him than what they thought post his injury. But I thought it was a pass mark. McGaw, look, I wouldn't have found him ever. But he ran super with a bit of weight relief. The one for me is my Gladiola. Like, I thought she was a good chance. And she's only had a kilo off, or half a kilo off McGaw there. She could be the one that just goes around in a Coolmore at like $8, and she wins it, and you're just like, why the fuck didn't I back her? You know what I mean? Like she could be that one, because the Victorian form's always disrespected. I think when it comes to the Coolmore, probably for the right reasons. But she just loves the straight. She ran super. She's got to go in the quaddie on Derby Day. She has to.
Mate, who are you talking to? I've been talking about this for over a month. Like, mate, first, I think I said even in the preview of her first run there, like, this is her track. She's just going to be set up so well. Like, she can just get the back of anything, and just, I think the key to her though, smothered up, have the last crack at him, because I think she does have a bit of a think about it, but she's got so much talent, and she's going to meet she's going to meet McGaw, kilo and a half better at the weights come Coolmore Day. McGaw I don't think will be continuing that run of form in future, but Tentris did loom up. Couple of things. He's run the fastest 400 to the 200 split of the entire meeting. So I think he's got a ton of talent. He's just banged up. He's just wasn't fully wound up. Yeah. And when he's beaten home the likes of Legacy Bound, Tycoon Star, Jimmy Ricard,
Battle Hardened,
this prep, like, exactly right. Where he was first up, where my Gladiola's third up, McGaw's third up. Like, don't jump off, mate. Like,
nice.
I'd be shocked if he hasn't firmed in Coolmore markets. Because if he's the one they've forgotten about, that's a bet every day of the week. Like, the only thing, honestly, I think it's a race in 3. This and maybe I'm forgetting one, but a race in 3 for the Coolmore being Tempted, Tentris, and my Gladiola.
Baybarked as well. If they put him into an Everest, maybe not, but you don't break the track record in a Golden Rose leading like that, and not be in with a chance for a Coolmore. He could be a bit like his daddy and just like think about it every so often and just put in a dog shit performance. But on the flip side, he could also be like his daddy and sometimes just come out and absolutely brain him.
Okay, I've forgotten about a couple. Mahuna at 7s, she was good. She was great. Tempted at 8. So sorry, let me go through this mark properly. Baywalk at 4s, Mahuna at 7s, Apocalyptic and Tempted at 8s. My Gladiola at 9s, Rosberg, who has officially been sent to the paddock. He's no longer going to be active. He's at 11, so do not be betting on him. He'll be out of the markets tomorrow. Then you have Tentris at 11s. At $11. He's not going to start that price.
It's a big Mick price.
Wotan at 13s, with even Tycoon Star at 13s, and Raging Force, who they're probably going to freshen up and take there, at 15s as well. Navy Pilot at 15s, who's been impressive. Beedman at 15s. Like, this is a red hot Coolmore. Like, and maybe it's because they're all around the same level, but I think it shouldn't be Derby Day anymore. It should be Coolmore Stakes Day.
Yeah, it's the best race of the day every time.
Like, easily.
Apart from the Furphy Sprint.
I think there's 5 or 6 genuine winning hopes there as it currently sits now. But sure, Baywalk is the one that's put the runs on the board so far. But mate, that was his third run into the Golden Rose. Like, if he runs at Everest and then into a Coolmore, like, what's left in the tank? Tentris is on the up. Tempted is on the up. Mahuna's on the up. Like,
I'm fascinated to see who Godolphin takes in this slot.
Yeah.
Like, he pretty much, whichever direction they go in, they're pretty much saying the other one's our number one seed for the Coolmore, and we just want to have a throw at the stumps in the Everest. I don't know. Like, do you take Tempted to the Everest, save Bayvark for the Coolmore, thinking that, we don't want to bust him up and he can win that, or because he's already got the Group 1, his stud future's already done, like it's settled. You take him to an Everest and just see how he goes, and you save Tempted for a Coolmore. I don't know. Yeah,
I think if it was still under the one banner, I think they'd be more tactical. Whereas it's fuck it, you're all doing it for yourselves now, as well. So I think there'll be a bit more. I don't know. I think there'll be more intent, and Chris Waller with Baywalk and Kieran Maher with Tempted, and even the Freedmans. They probably don't even want an Everest slot now with Tentris, but it'll be interesting to see which way they go. I think, fascinating. Getting real excited for this Coolmore.
Yep.
What else we got? We have Valiant King. I was thinking about this, right? I'm like, how do I miss a horse at 60-1 go round? And you might go like, hey, the market only thinks he's a 1.5% chance of winning. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but I like things at value. And I'm not afraid to have a bet at something at 60s if I don't mind it. I was thinking about it. His debut run here, 2023 Caulfield Cup, where I think it was rated, the second or third fastest Caulfield Cup of all time. And when Without a Fight won, and he ran super that day. I think he just needs a red hot tempo. He's probably, because how our middle distance races are run, he probably wouldn't have seen a genuine tempo since. And then he gets Gilded Water going like a nutcase. Perfect setup for him. Now, in the lead up to that, in my mind's eye, did I anticipate Gilded Water being 10 lengths clear of the field at the 400 metres? Probably not. So
no.
There's also that.
No. We've spoken about the race. Like, good on you if you found Valiant King. Like, good on you. Like, he's showing nothing, but you're right. Like, yeah, he clearly needs a genuine tempo to do his best work. I didn't foresee that in this race. I thought the setup was perfect for Gilded Water. And I was, tearing up my ticket. Horses don't win when they're that far out in front over this distance.
Nah. They do not.
And what happens with Jamie Carr there? Like, the stewards will ask the question.
Yeah, I think they just have, and just play on, I think. Which, go like, yeah. I felt the same thing. It's like, oh, mate, come on. Like,
that was a nightmare.
Anyway.
That was a nightmare ride.
Yeah.
Like that knocks you around as a jockey, surely. I couldn't. And she's going to probably be on half yours in a Caulfield Cup, and God, doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. But anyway, moving on.
That race went 9.5 lengths above standard, which is a shock to no one. We talked to the Underwood War Machine, proving that Stradbroke form again. Probably puts his hand up with a weakening Everest field as well, potentially.
He was really good, really, really good. And when Nadal came out of the race, and I had to pick something, I was going through and I was trying to find a roughie because I just had a feeling it was going to be a roughie's day. But then I kept coming back to him. I was like, no, he's got 60 kilos, but the Queensland form's always elite. And what tipped me over the edge was two things. Blakey Bill, from a wide gate. And secondly, the Hayes boys only got their hands on this horse in the winter. And he's won a Stradbroke. He's undefeated since he's joined the Hayes stable. So now that they've had more time with him, that he's had a let up, he's come back, he's only going to improve. So at the time, it was more than $3. And I thought, you know what, that's actually a favourite that I'm willing to have a play on. And Julie did pretty healthily, might I add. He gets an Everest slot.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably. What's left?
Especially with, Private Harry's going to come out.
Oh, yeah.
So, Godolphin, Magic Time got announced yesterday as well, which I believe there is some rain in the next couple of weeks in Sydney. I hope there's more rain up here, actually, might I add, because, you know, it's looking dry out there, mate.
She dry at the moment.
We're about to put in some new turf, and it needs needs a drink.
Needs some
but yeah, so maybe I'd have to get what it looks like in front of me. I saw congratulations to the connections of Jedi Bill. I believe they own a slot, and they gave him the slot. So you know, something has to run last, mate.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, well, War Machine, and if he's not there, like, you know, the champion sprint, he definitely wouldn't look out of place. It's just the Stradbroke form is just always so good each and every year. How's Blakey Bill? He's in his last 50 starts, is placed in the top 3 half the time. Jeez, he's good.
That is good.
He's good. So he's humming at the right time. Good win.
Very good win. All right, let's get to Randwick. Oh, sorry. There was Media World won the last. Cafe Millennium. Mate, the Lindsay Park, I have this horse flying. Like, there's
really
a race
do.
for him.
Yeah. They really
I
do.
think Flemington's his track as well. Big horse, big track. Sounds good, right? Yeah. Your Adelaide form with that Aerosalt wasn't really featuring.
No, the victim ended up backing Is It Me, and loomed up, but just couldn't run over the top of him at a big mick price. So
yeah,
you know, if you're backing things at $11, it is what it is.
Port Lockroy at 31, second last. So yeah, ran up to his quote. In Randwick, the Breeders' Plate, Incognito, the $1 million stay inside colt. He was pretty much the only one that you want to be on in the run. Just absolutely
ran
loomed
super.
up. Mate,
He ran super.
Market support too. I think, you know, if you're looking at profile stuff, like there's receipts there at probably 750 and he jumped at 5s. Late market support, which is always what you want to see. Michael Freeman, Tommy Berry's in good form too.
Yep.
Tommy Berry had the stay inside connection. So rode his daddy in a gold slipper.
Yep, Stay Inside's first runner.
Yeah. Hectic.
It's his first ever runner, and wins like that. Bred by Black Soil Bloodstock, actually, this colt. So obviously Isotope Silks and those connections. I think Blue Zebra must have been one of their mares. So congrats to them. But yeah, you're right. Tommy Berry is killing it at the moment. He's in a similar vein of form to Blake Shin with his strike rate. Only one you wanted to be on. You know, these silks as well, the James Harron Bloodstock silks, that early season 2-year-olds is just bread and butter for him, you know. It's just he just laps it up.
Yes, but they are hit and miss though. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely they are. But they always pop up in a race like this, and they'll be favourite at the Golden Slipper markets, and then they don't even get to the race.
Yeah. I'm Your Huckleberry was the Home Affairs colt. Was favourite. I thought he ran pretty well.
Yep.
But Incognito from the trial, it looked like he had a bit more to give. And then in the gym crack for the fillies, Shicky was just led this field up. I think they ran slower time than the boys as well. So
yep.
I think don't jump off this. Oh yes, she did. I don't think this filly daughter of Yes, has any idea what she's doing at all. And once she keeps stepping up in distance, like, she's going to be a problem once she figures it out. probably a prep away, but I think in the autumn she can do something. Oh, yeah, she did. She's got some talent.
Yeah, she does, absolutely. Probably the boys over these for the moment, but...
Yeah. Well, 2 out of 3 is not bad for the 2-year-olds. Something.
Yeah, that's not bad.
The Dulcify, I thought Joe Pride's comments after this race were hilarious. Do you see what he said?
Yeah, about the nuts.
You have to be
what did
good.
He say? To keep your testicles.
You don't want to be testicles in my yard or something. It's like,
he's like, it's a waste of time, bro.
Yeah,
he's like, bro, I ain't here producing stallions. I'm here producing racehorses. Yeah. Credit to you, Jack. He's got a few one-liners in him, Joe Pride. I thought Attica was great. I was on the thing that ran second, Ruination.
Same.
So that was a little bit disappointing, but Attica was great. I said to you after the race, she's well bred. A colt by Lonhro out of Savatiano. She was a smart sort of sprinting middle distance type for Godolphin. Hard to catch though from memory, but what was this 1600 metre race at Dulcify Stakes? So this is like the spring champion form, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was a good win.
Yeah, that was great. Coming from midweek grade, but stepped up. Extra tempo probably suited him. So, we're starting to see something from Federalist, aren't we?
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah. Do you know what I think they should do? I think they should send him to Joe Pride for a gelding operation. Honestly, I think it'll be the making of that horse. He's clearly got talent. He just doesn't want to be there.
So I'm Invincible Arcadia Queen. He would have been like a $3 million colt, right?
Oh, I'm not sure if he was bred by what's his old mate's name? The Cerise and White.
Whoever. Yeah.
He obviously owned Arcadia Queen, and maybe I don't know if he sold her or not, but he would have been worth a mozza. Yeah. Not so much anymore.
All right. Apocalyptic in the flight. Just like put in, put out job, really. Mate, she was great.
She was good. She's just better than him. Yeah. And it was clear that all the way through, and short enough. So I didn't bet just because she was too short, but I should have jumped on her from her debut, not a debut, her first up win for this race. Do you think she's going to be a middle distance horse when she matures, or do you think she's a sprinter?
I think she looks a sprinter to my eye.
Yeah,
but that's just my opinion. So slowest mile race on the day. Sorry, I'm just doing some maths on the run here. So let's have a look here. Attica would have beaten this field by 10.5 lengths.
Shit.
Perfumus would have beaten them by 17.5. And Autumn Glow would have beaten them by 16.5. So I don't think they've run any time. So I think all honours for her for finding the best position in running. I think it does add a lot of value to the run of Karinska, though. All things considered, I think she was chasing a long way from home, and they've gapped the rest. Only been in 1.5 lengths, and she was actually the one that I put on top, just at the price. I think out to a mile, I think she's going to get better as she continues to step out. If she finds a genuinely run race, she can win something, Karinska. I think she's pretty good. And
she was fourth up there. Fourth up?
Yeah.
Do you think they've got the black type on her CV now? They're just like, yeah, great, done for the prep? Or do you think they stretch her out to an Oaks trip, maybe?
I reckon there's two ways that... Well, Derby Day is probably 4 weeks away, right? So there's a race on Everest Day that Eliana won, which might be a drop back down to 1,400 metres. So they could go there. If she's showing no signs of the prep's over, I reckon they'll go down for Derby Day. There's two options there for her. It's either the Wakeful, which I think she'll run a big race in, over 2,000 metres, or the Carbine Club against the boys. And Chris Waller always brings one of his fillies down for that race.
Every time.
I reckon she's the one.
You've also got to remember that there's 1,000 guineas now. 1,600 metres Caulfield in a couple of weeks. So a lot of these fillies will go to that. Maybe she's one.
I don't think so. I think Chris Waller's smart. I think he's like playing chess when others playing checkers. I think he will go, I need to get this filly to Flemington. Just to see what happens, and I think we'll see the best of her.
Yeah. Yep, fair enough.
But that's my opinion. Yep. Briasa, very good. Loomed up. He does this once a prep, doesn't he?
Yeah, he was good. He had a perfect run. And they're the only two that I'd want to take out of the race. But I said to you after, geez, Jimmy Starr looks prime for an Everest, doesn't he?
Mate.
With the pace on there, there'll be pace on. He'll be steaming home down the outside. Geez, they came for him. He was a ridiculous price. Let's be real. Like close to $4 was a ridiculous price. He probably jumped at the right price. He opened the similar price to Private Harry, and Private Harry, yeah, you're right. He won't be featuring in an Everest. Yulong couldn't possibly take him.
2 out of 5 lame after the race as well. Private Harry, yep.
God. I found a text that I sent to Sneesby Racing of Royal Supremacy fame when Yulong locked him in for the Everest. I sent a text to Craig saying, geez, this is an early move from Yulong. I wonder why. I wonder if this is why Vin Cox has left, because they keep doing stuff like this. Like... He wins a Galaxy, and they lock him up not only as a stallion but for their Everest slot. It's just so early when they just don't need to. They've now got Angel Capital and Magic Time in the race in other slots. Like they've got so many horses, so many talented horses. It's just like, guys, you can follow the Godolphin playbook. You can afford to. You can afford to wait now. So I don't know what they're going to do, but surely he's not running in an Everest.
No, and they've put themselves in this situation. And the thing is like, Godolphin are still following the Godolphin handbook, and they don't have like a training base here anymore.
Yeah,
like they're one of the last ones to pick a slot
every year.
Maybe it's every single year. Like I think for the first couple of years, I reckon it was when Trekking got his slot, and I reckon he might have placed. Godolphin actually had a win in you're in. For their slot.
Yeah.
So, back when, that was probably when Redzel or, yes, were running, Classic Legend were running big races, but, yeah, I think you've nailed it. I've nothing more to add to that. I think, like lock in all that sort of stuff when he wins a TJ next year. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like... if he even gets to that level, it's like a race like this, or even like the mini Everest on Everest Day, should be his grand final this prep. Like, and we've highlighted this previously, but I think it's good. I think it's like, would be silly not to roll over it again, but I don't know why some trainers, and you don't hear this from Kieran Maher, you don't hear this from Chris Waller, and I doubt you hear it from Waterhouse Spot either. They change the prep and the routine for these horses when they just don't need to. So I've heard everything about the prep for Private Harry. Oh, he has ticked every single box. Yeah, we took him for a couple of exhibition gallops. We took him to 3 trials. We only usually take him for 2. It's like, we got him on the float. We took him here. We took him there. It's like, mate, this horse was fucking undefeated. What are you doing? Just keep it simple. Yeah. Like, there's a reason why this horse is feeling confident. Like, who knows if that's played into it, right? But we saw the exact same thing with Coleman heading into a Blue Diamond, where, I reckon it was the Sky coverage, actually. And I've never really thought about this, but I was like, that is a fucking good point. It's like, why do you see gear changes for a horse that's just won like three in a row? And they were talking about Idle Flyer. I'm like, that is a fucking great point. Why do they do that?
I don't know.
And we saw this nearly take down Winks. They put Winkers, put a hood on her. What's the black one that remains on? I think Idle Flyer actually had it in a run yesterday. But anyway, it's basically to muffle the sound because Winks was a bit flighty.
Yeah.
And then it just doesn't have her as sharp, and she went on to win. But Chris Waller was like, "Fuck, we're not doing that again."
No,
it's like sometimes
Why would you? She's Winks.
Keep it simple, guys. Like,
yeah.
And I think Chris Waller would have learnt a lesson there for the rest of his career. It's like, don't fuck with a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think, unfortunately, the writing's on the wall with this horse. Unfortunately, I don't think Nathan Dawes going to have him next prep.
No, I don't think
Simple
so.
as that.
Which is a shame, but you sell your horse to Yulong, and that's what happens. But no, look, I think Briasa and Jimmy Starr, they're top 3 chances for the Everest. Absolutely, Jimmy Starr above him.
Agreed. Tiger Shark, obviously disappointing. She was beaten a long way from home.
Tiger Shark.
Might have to be quick here. I think I have a lunch engagement, but Autumn Glow. Very impressive. Kieran, outstanding.
A great ride. Great ride by Karen. Just took all bad luck out of the equation. They didn't go particularly quickly, like you said. And yeah, she's beaten Fully Lit into second. And one of the triplets, Pericles, into third. And Swift Falcon into fourth.
I know. I know.
Mate, you nailed the race.
Yeah, Pierre in my futures as well. But into fifth. But yeah, I think... Cheerwolf beaten 3.5 lengths. Where's he at? I think that you spell him and just set him again for the autumn. Autumn Glow, she's very good, mate. And I was really, really hoping that Pericles would stick his snout out for second, but it wasn't to be. The Metrop Royal Supremacy was ultra impressive. Cousin Robbie Dolan, mate. There's no disadvantage to have on in these staying handicaps.
Well, particularly when you look at the jockeys around him. Winona Constant, Reece Jones, Benny Thompson, Brock Ryan, Alicia Collett, Louise Day, Anna Roper, Andrew Adkins, Jay Ford, Molly Burke. Like, can't see J-Mac anywhere in this race because a lot of our best jockeys can't get down to those weights. So you're pretty much at a level playing field if you're tipping Robbie Dolan. Mate, the race is just set up really well for him. And I said it on the preview podcast. I was like, Soul of Spain's $5 and this thing's 11s, and he gets a weight swing on him and nearly beat him home after his last run in the Newcastle Gold Cup. Like, that's a clear bet, and draws the same as him here. And I was right. There was a bit of late support, but that was free money, Royal Supremacy, and congrats to Sneesby Racing, another Group 1 winner. He deserves it after all the money he pours into the game and the support he gives the game. So I'm sure he had a great night last night. His first Group 1 winner with Kieran Maher. Kieran Maher knows how to party by all accounts. So well done, CS. Very stoked for you, mate. And if I can clip a ticket on the way through, happy days.
My on top selection, Changing the Guard, was beaten a mere 56.5 lengths.
Oh God.
Got galloped on and not lame after the race either. So I think Ethan Brown was like, you know what, bro, you're not going good enough. Let's pull up stumps here, which is, that's absolutely fine. And in a race like that, I was happy to have a bit of a spec. You know who I do want to highlight, who ran a massive race at a massive price, was More Felons, mate. Like $151, only beaten up 1.5 lengths, 55 kilos. This horse was supported, I believe, if he headed, I think he won a Geelong Cup maybe, or just missed in Geelong Cup.
Something like that, yeah.
And I don't know if he ran in the Cup that year, but I think he might have done attended, so I think Chris Waller's got him back on track, which was good to see. And then, Disneck won the last. Good to see.
Yeah, good to see.
Hot Nash winning us the quaddie, and we've actually decided between us that we're not losing another quaddie this spring, so that's good for us.
Yeah, look, because we lost the Flemington one before we won the Randwick one. So post Randwick quaddie win, we're never losing again. What did the Flemington and quaddie pay? Let me just have a quick look see. Just a cheeky $6,000. The Victorian quaddie for Flemington, which, you know, when you got a $41 winner into a $6.50 winner into a two favourites,
$2.80. Yeah, it's not nothing.
It's not nothing. But yeah, what a great day.
Yeah, fantastic day. And it's going to get better because the city of Brisbane is going to be celebrating bra. We're going to be the superior sporting state in Australia. So, God bless Sir Delius. God bless the Brisbane Broncos. Check my Ned's profile if you want as well, because I have some first try scorers into Clive doubles on there as well.
CC.
Yeah. I'm playing around Reese, Katoni, and Payne Haas. So, yeah, I think they're the three.
There's a feeling about the Broncos in this game. I was talking to my dad yesterday, who is a very knowledgeable rugby league man, and he said, I think the Broncos do them. There's just a feeling about that side, and the last two wins they've had, that just inspires confidence in your team. That it doesn't matter where you are, you can win. So I'm with him. I think the Broncos win. I'd be happy to see the Storm win as well. Should have said this on the preview podcast. I hope both teams fucking lose.
Yeah, well said. All right. Thank you for listening, Drifters. We'll see you next week. Hooroo.
See you, Drifters.